It is tax season and tax extension time. So you want to make sure you get your tax extensions in on time so you don't get a failure to file penalty. Now, remember, tax extensions are an extension to file, but not an extension to pay. So I have 3 of them right here. I'm going to go over a partnership, an S corporation, and your individual, and if you have Schedule Cs, along with that individual tax return. So these are the 2 forms that you're going to need. You're going to need your 7004 if you have a partnership, Form 1065, put in 09 right there and write it in right there. And if you have an S corporation or filing as an S corporation, that's Form 1120S. That is going to be the number 25. You're going to put 25 right there, fill out all this basic information right here, put in your company's name right in the name and the EIN as the identifying number. Then you're going to scroll down and you're going to put in 2022 for the tax year 2022, not 23. Don't make that mistake. We're not in 23 tax season yet, just 2022. And then down here, you're going to go ahead and put probably 0, 0, and 0 because these are flow through entities. So you're not going to pay taxes on that directly. It's going to flow through to your personal tax return. But you do want to get this in before the March filing deadline for those business entities. For your individual, where's my individual? I'm picking it up like I'm actually going to show you something. There's just an envelope with the certified mail receipt that I always send. So if you watched my videos before, where did it go? Right here. This is what I always send along with it, just so you have documentation, because I think 3 times now the IRS has messed up my personal tax returns and said I did not send it in. But when you have the documentation, you're in the clear, and that's what you need. So make sure that you're organized, make sure you're doing it that way. Now, if you're a Schedule C filer, then you're also going to need to do that for your 4868, but you don't need to send one in for each of your Schedule C companies. So if you have an LLC, then you just send it in on your personal return. However, if you have multiple S corporations, you're going to need to fill out multiple 7004s or partnerships. So just be aware of that. The 4868 will cover all of that. Now you want to put in your estimated tax liability for 2022, the total payments that you've made. And likely this is going to come from your estimated taxes or your W-2s. And if you do have a balance due, remember, like I just said, that you want to make sure that you're sending that check in with your 4868 because you do not get an extension on paying. So you want to be as accurate as possible. Now, I do a lot of videos on the W-4, the IRS form W-4, and that could help you kind of figure out whether or not you are going to have to pay or whether or not you're going to get a refund, kind of give you an idea of your taxes. So if you're staying on top of your estimated taxes and your W-4 withholdings, which end up on your W-2, then you'll likely have withheld the correct amount and won't have a balance due. Otherwise, you just need to make sure that you're as accurate as possible. Again, you're probably sending this in because you haven't done your taxes, so you don't know exactly how much it is, but you want to err on the side that you've overpaid. You'll end up getting a refund just so you can get past the tax filing deadline without having to owe and then get a penalty and all that other jazz. You don't want to deal with that, so just be as accurate as possible. And if there is a refund, the nice thing is, well, a lot of people don't realize this, is that you're going to get interest on the money from the IRS, which will then you'll have to put on next year's taxes when you get that refund, but you are accruing interest. So no need to rush. If you're going to get a refund on it, just make sure you file that extension. So if you have any questions on this, go ahead and let me know in the comments down below, or check out our Discord server, which is also a link in the description at the bottom. And if you've enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.